Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the location where you're watching from. Right now it is a good morning here in Kenya, East Africa. It is 6:30 in the morning. So guys, I want to teach you how to I won't disclose it, but just to watch till to the end. I've got some materials here and some containers. I've got water in the jug, and this is ash. So it's actually the cobs ash, the one that cob maize ash. This one, cob maize ash, and this one is a container. It's actually a Sprite bottle, and then I had to cut on top so to remove the part. There are actually two of them, and also same to this one. I've cut the upper surface. So, and this one is a uhuru bag. Here in Kenya we call it uhuru bag. This one is actually came in to replace the plastic bags or the polythene bag. So we have this one. This one is actually organic. After some few days, if you throw it where the weather is not that conducive, it starts like rotting also. So basically the science here is to make some liquid which is actually used in cooking African leafy vegetables. If you want to find why our great grandfathers used to live so longer, here's the trick. They didn't have like cooking oil, so this is what they used. And now that you are living in a generation whereby we want to do quick stuffs, we don't want like to take a lot of time when it comes to cooking vegetables. Like we got the shortcut way of getting it from the farm after we cut it, like if it is sukuma wiki, and we wash it and cut some onions and all that onto a saucepan direct, and we start like frying it, and that's all. But this system, the one I'm going to teach you, is a system that was used long time ago when we had no cooking oil. It was used by our great grandparents or grandfathers, and nowadays it is still used, but not that much. So guys, enjoy and watch till to the end, and I'll teach you and how to cook and all that. To cook actually using this liquid that we shall produce here. How we shall use it to cook vegetables, African leafy vegetables, or the indigenous vegetables. So we want to take our wood ash here. Unfortunately, I don't have someone to hold the camera for me, so you'll bear with that. Just concentrate and get the concept. This is Weko 001. So this is the wood ash. This one here, wood ash. And as I told you, it is from the maize cobs. After here in Africa, we use maize cobs as source of firewood. So after you use that as a source of firewood, it burns, then it releases the wood ash. So this one, we shall put it in one bottle. But before that, this bottle, one has to you need to create some holes. Like you see, it has some holes at the bottom. And then because after that it will be immersed into this one. So let's first of all put in the fill with the ash. I'm gonna fill it up to the top, like almost to the top, but shall leave a surface where we shall pour some water so that we get the solution, the liquid solution. Yes, yeah, village life. It's so nice because the materials are available. You don't like struggle so much unless. So after that, we fill some ashes. You need like to press it so that it compacts somehow. That one is very easier to like to press it so that it compacts. So that when you pour water, the water actually doesn't like flow that faster into the other bottle. So you do that, then you add some. It can be made from the maize cobs or the bags of the beans. Those beans. After you remove the beans, those bags they can be used to do this. You burn them and you get this. It is the best actually. Cobs, maize cobs, or those ones, beans, the beans covers or stalks, bean stalks. So after you fill up to there, this one is it actually used as a sieve. So I'll place it here. I'll actually do this way. So let me fix it, then I'll show you how I'll fix it because I don't have someone to hold for me the camera, so kindly bear with that. Yeah, so back again. So the purpose of this material here, this organic bag or uhuru bag, is actually to act as a sieve. You see, I've placed on the first bottle the one that has the ash, this one. So it will sieve. We shall pour some water inside here. Inside here, we shall pour some water. So when the solution passes into this bottle, the one that is empty here, this one, the material here will act as a sieve. So this is how we place it. Place it this way. Yeah, that way. And next step is to pour some water on the upper bottle. Of course, remember we have got our maize cob ash. So you see the way it looks. So it will drop slowly until it gets into this bottle down here. So it drops slowly until it gets into this bottle. So later on, maybe after 1 hour or 30 minutes, the water won't be on top here. So the solution, the end product that will be in this bottle is the one that we shall use it for cooking our African leafy vegetables. Yeah. So stay tuned. We wanna leave it to like drop down here. Then later we shall collect the solution here and use it to cook our vegetables. Our next step actually we left at a point where we wanted to have the solution, the one we'll use to soften the African leafy vegetables or traditional vegetables. So the African leafy vegetables, I'll show it later on the camera, but right now we have our solution ready, and now we want to sieve it. After we sieve it, we shall have to keep it in a very clean container and a closed one, so that whenever we want to cook the African leafy vegetables, we just get it and we pour it on the saucepan and we put in the vegetables. So let's sieve first of all. Let's sieve the vegetable. Let's sieve the solution here. Is actually, as you can see, it is about 1 liter. So, and it takes time for you to have this. It takes time. You have to be patient. And so let's sieve it. Remember it is a one that are burned. They are actually used it for as a fuel when it comes to cooking, but later the ash is used. You take the ash. It has to be purely from the maize cobs. So it is sieving time, and actually I took like the whole day to actually have this. So it is sieving time. You can see it. Why? The reason why we are sieving it twice is that we want to the wood ashes, the ash particles should not appear in it. So remember, we started by sieving from here. This one, its purpose was to sieve, and now we are sieving for the second time to actually make sure that the smaller particles that went through this, maybe they don't have to get inside. But as you can see, there are no more particles, but unfortunately there was I think an insect, or what is it? Yeah, the one that is found, mostly it's found in sugar. So after that, this is the solution here. It is black like strong tea. Strong tea here in Kenya is or Africa is tea without milk. So you can see it is like Coca-Cola. Yeah, so this is the solution we acquired, and now this one we shall keep it very safely. Like, we shall pour into a bottle and keep it very safe, so that whenever we want to cook our African leafy vegetables, we shall actually use it. And now this one, let me keep it somewhere else, then we see what next. So I want to keep this one, then I bring on board the African leafy vegetables. You can see the way it looks. It's like Coca-Cola, black in color, but it's very nice. I want to test it so that I get to know its percentage of so I want to test it. This one here, um, it is very, it is so bitter, like it is conk. That's what the word I have to use. It is conk. So when it is conk, you have to be very careful. You just need to use a bit of it, some millimeters or some millimeters, yes. But if you use a lot of it, actually you wanna use like a lot of milk to actually maybe soften the conkness in the vegetable. So let me keep this solution. So many people use magadi. Those who come from Kenya, they know what magadi is. Magadi is similar to, it's like salt, but not really salt. And now they use that one for cooking the African leafy vegetables, which is actually not nice because with that one, it actually like makes the joints to go dry, the body joints. So let me keep this. So next, just a minute so that I wipe this. So next, I want like to prepare the African leafy vegetables so that later we now go to the cooking process. And here is my basin. I need another basin to actually like, it needs to have water. So I want to bring a basin that has some water. So this one, I think a bigger one is better as compared to this. Then water. The reason why we want to have some water is because the vegetables are from the farm and directly, and because it is raining, they tend like to collect some soil on their leaves. So immediately after you prepare them, you throw them in here. They tend to wash away the soil, but you have to wash 3 times. And it should be enough water. It should be enough water, not just water, enough water and clean water. And here is my dustbin. I wanna show you the purpose of this. So these are the African leafy vegetables. For example, we have these ones. These ones are, in Swahili we call them kunde. In Mombasa they call them mukunde. Here we other parts of the country we call it kunde. But in English, I think they are known as cowpeas. Cowpeas. If you know the exact name, maybe comment down there so that we can get to know the name of this, the English name of these vegetables. So we have this one, kunde, 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 kunde. And this one, if you buy from the market, one bunch, this one is 10 shillings. So if there are 10, like for example, I bought, there are 5 of them. There are 5 of them. So kunde bunches, 5 of them. The other one is here, the last one. And now we have a different variety. This one here. In our local language, we call them mito. No, is it? I don't know if it is in Swahili or it is in English. It's Swahili, I think. Swahili, right? We call them mito. Maybe if you know the English name, you can write for us in the comment section so that we can get to know how they are called in English. So this is mito in Swahili. Mito. So how many are they? How many bunches? 2, 3, 4. So 5 bunches of you have to cut it here, cut this one here, and cut this one here. And immediately you finish, you throw it into the water so that if it has some soil, the soil will drop, will sink down there, down the basin or down the water. So and this one, remember this, the work of this, I'll throw them there. So this is the process, how you do it. Someone may ask, who taught you this? My mama taught me this. You see, at our home, there were no specific chores for the girls, and there were no specific chores for the boys. So if it was your turn to wash the utensils and you're a boy, you have to do it. If it was your turn to wash the utensils and you are a girl, you have to do it. So we were never limited, like told, like these are the boys' chores or these are the girls' chores. No. So that is it, the preparation. And it actually helped me because you see, when you go to college or you travel or you go to work, you are employed and you don't know how to cook, how to prepare vegetables, and you are a man or a boy, it will be actually of difficulties because you cannot do anything when it comes to cooking. Then you are in a big trouble because actually, like when you are in college and like you want to eat in restaurants, it's actually very difficult, very expensive, I mean. So yeah, I thank my mama for that. But I thank my parents for that. Now, I was just showing you the example of how to actually make this and come up with that. Now I want to show you how to make these kunde or mukunde if you are from Mombasa. So now when it comes to this, what you do, you remove this, and you remove this, and these ones you throw them away. Last bit, you remove this, and this, and this. And remember, you have to dip them or throw them onto the basin that has some water. So guys, there are so many. There's actually a heap of vegetables here, and I want to actually make sure that I make them into this format or this one, and later I'll be back to show you the whole process when it comes to cooking. We are almost to the final stage. So after this we shall wash 3 times. So I'll have to pour the water and wash again twice, so plus this one 3 times, to make sure that there is no soil particles that will be remaining onto the leaves. And later, after washing, I'll show you the process. So kindly hello, it is me again. It's cooking time now, and now we have washed the vegetables here. This is my mlikamwizi, don't worry. After washing, now put it on a clean sufuria, and make sure that the whole of it fits here. I think the sufuria is enough or big enough to accommodate all these. So ensure there's no need to cut. You know, some people do cut them into pieces, but there's no need to cut, because the solution you're going to use, it will actually soften it, and it will be like into pieces. You will see it later. It will be like somehow like porridge. Yeah, very soft. So after that, what we do is that remember our solution, the one we had earlier. Now we take a little bit of it, it is like a quarter. I think you can see it right here. Is a quarter. Now you pour on your sufuria or in your sufuria. Then what you do is switch on the fire. You light the fire. Yeah, you want to take care of this. This gold, I'm telling you, this gold is very conk. So after that, we'll boil it. So let's watch for some time, like 3 minutes. then we see there'll be some changes here. But for now, I wanna bring the lid so that we cover on top of this. We actually seal it. Yeah, this is the seal now. We want the vapor to remain inside. Oh, you know what? You know the time? 1:02 a.m. Jesus. It's Friday already. It's Friday. 1:03. 1:06, I mean. 1:06 a.m. Wow. Time is flying. Remember when we started plugging the vegetables to make it look nicer from the stalks? It was actually it was 8. So I was to do it. I didn't want actually to not to do it today because you see, if you don't do it when it is fresh, it's actually very tiresome because when it shrinks, when the leaves shrink, you have got a very big problem to make it look good. So that's why I had to actually make sure that I do it until this time or until this late. So that is it. We are boiling. So after some time, like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you'll have a change, and the change is gonna be wow, because after boiling, you don't need cooking oil. You only need milk and salt, and you're good to go. You don't need tomato or you don't need tomato. You don't need onions. You only need salt and milk, and vegetables will be ready. African leafy vegetables will be ready. So yeah, I don't have someone to hold the camera for me. That's why I placed it so high, and people may wonder, why am I looking always facing up? No, I've just tried to improvise it so that I can actually talk as I appear in the video on the camera, and as you see what is going on right here. I'm a bit tired, but anyway, I want you to get the knowledge of this. See, it is boiling. It's almost there. Let me bring something trash mix. African leafy vegetables, indigenous vegetables. Something to do. You see the way it is shrinking. When I was actually putting it on a sufuria, it was like full, but right now you can see it is very little. Let's cover it again for some minutes, then we see what we will have. Yeah. African leafy vegetables. It's so nice, man. Nutritious, healthy. Wow. Nutritious and healthy. This method actually, you see why our grandpas used to live so long, like 100 years, 120, 90 years. This is what they used to do. Their cooking wasn't just cooking. They were very specific, because you see when you use like cooking oil every time now and then, sometimes we use it in excess, and sometimes you see the cooking oil, when it cools down and use it in excess and it is in the body, it actually like tries to corrode the veins, like it blocks the veins. Yeah. So sometimes you find if I've got so many problems, like the blood can't flow without having problems. It was like a struggle. The blood is struggling to get through your veins, because your veins are so tight, or it has got they have got some blockages. So with this kind of cooking, actually, you can't have such a problem, because the solution we used is actually like tries to break down all those uh, excess oil, excess cooking oil in the body. So you become of a good health, and if you have got some diseases that brings up much problems, I think you tend to avoid that. So that's good the goodness of traditional way of cooking. Yeah. So let's watch again and see how's the going. You see? You see the way it is? Yeah, yellow like. One more minute. One more minute. One more minute. Next step is try to squeeze the solution so that when we pour milk in, we don't want it to be like just a minute. So next is this one. You want actually to do away with this. This one. You want to remove it so that when we pour milk inside, we don't want it to look like it is like ferment. If you leave with this one in, it will ferment. The milk will look like it has fermented or gone bad because it is like. So remove this. We drain this. After draining, because it was so conk and it was so conk, I want to add some water, some little water, so that we get to wash like the one that is still. It's like we are washing, so that we do away with the solution that we mixed in. You know, the main purpose of the solution was to make this soft and to break it down into a soft after we do that, actually we have reduced the percentage of the solution because it was so conk and it was like somehow like, I don't know, like, can I say bitter or something of the sort? I mean, the right word is conk. So we have tried to reduce the conkness of the solution. And now we want to add some salt. Before salt, we are going to pour milk. We are going to add in milk direct. And our milk. Remember, no cooking oil. No cooking oil required here. So milk. And this is Lato milk. unfortunately we live in town, so we didn't have milk direct from the cow, but we had to buy the packed one or the pasteurized one. But if you have the direct milk, fresh milk from the cow, it's actually the best. So it is now boiling time again. Want to boil it for some minutes until the milk gets to boil. So with this one, it has got no any benefit right now. I shall pour it away. Yeah, that is yummy. You can see very sweet. I can see it from the way it appears. It is very sweet. And so the last thing that we are going to do is to add salt. Look, so this is our salt here. Salt. Just that way. and you have finished cooking your African leafy vegetables. Not all African leafy vegetables are cooked this way. There are specifics that are cooked this way. So others are just boiled. After they are boiled, you add salt and add milk. But these ones is how you boil it. But there is a shortcut whereby some people do like fry using cooking oil. That's a shorter one, but with this one it takes time. I think that's why so many of us nowadays, you don't want to waste like a lot of time, so we get to do the shortcut, like just getting this and we dip it into the oil or sufuria and add some cooking oil and pop on the table, we eat and we leave. But this is the longest style of cooking, so it takes time. It can take you maybe an hour or so, but you don't need to be in a hurry. If you've got some vegetables that will take care of the day, like this one, I'll usually eat supper meaning today, because it is 1 a.m. It is 1:30 a.m. 1:28 a.m. So we will eat this one during supper. Yeah, so that was just earlier preparations and getting to teach you how these vegetables, African leafy vegetables, are cooked. Yeah, so that is it. Up to this stage we are through. So you just need to cook your ugali and you are good to go. So that is it for today. I'll cook ugali, but I know maybe I want to include ugali on this video. So specifically my aim was to actually teach you how to cook African leafy vegetables using the solution you saw earlier from the start of the video up to this point. That was my main aim. So ciao for now. Thank you for watching until to the end. Subscribe, comment and share if you like it. Cooking. Hello guys. We now want to, after preparing our vegetables yesterday, you remember the African leafy vegetables. African leafy vegetables. It was kunde and mito. So it is cowpeas leaves and mito. So we asked that those who know mito in English to tell us in the comment section. So these are our vegetables, African vegetables or indigenous vegetables. So we are going to cook ugali. So our sufuria or saucepan is right here. And so let's cook ugali. Ugali for one person. Now that it is unfortunately that no one, the audience, isn't closer here to actually test what I'm going to cook, but sorry for that. Next time we'll be around, so we'll test the African leafy vegetables with some super ugali. So let's light up our stove. That's it. The reason why no, that's my kitchen right there. The reason why I decided to move it this way because it is too squeezed, and like doing all these activities with the camera, setting a place to set the camera, I wasn't able to do that. But here is actually some nice space to do all these activities, unlike the other side. So our water is bubbling. Sorry for our water is bubbling, and it's really, you can see it is bubbling. So you have to wait until the water bubbles. That means it has reached its boiling point, which is I think 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point. We now need to add flour, and actually these are maize flour. So you add a little bit. Weku 001 is your chef. Yeah. So make sure that you stir. This is a cooking stick. The reason why we are doing this is to make sure there is no flour, the uncooked flour. So when you do this, you see like this one here, I don't know if you can see, fresh flour. So when you do that, you try to mix so that it is cooked, evenly. A nice ugali should not be too hard or too soft. It should be medium, not too hard, not too soft. Ugali for one person. But through watching the video, I know you will enjoy. But next time, I do promise, if you'll be around, you'll have to enjoy that taste. We are now warming our veggies. Yeah, now almost eating time. After washing our hands, our veggies here. So nice. After prayer, you have to taste. See, it's so nice. Just milk and salt. No cooking oil. No onions. No tomatoes. Healthy eating the African way. Yeah, it is so nice. Our four grandfathers and granddads, grandmoms used to eat so healthy. They were so choosy. And like today, we are so much into cooking oil and we consume a lot of cooking oil excess in fact. And that's why some of us, this generation, the 21st centuries, we tend not to live longer as compared to those who were there before us, our grandfathers and grandmoms. And so with this kind of living, eating, if you can stick to it and try to reduce so much cooking oil, I think it is of much health benefit as compared to like all the time doing it the shortcut way. Like those of us from the 21st century, we tend to take this and we boil a bit and we fry using cooking oil, which is not a bad thing, but let's not like all the time, like every day, going doing it that way, because our health also matters. As much as we want to go the shortcut, our health, and with that, observing and monitoring what we are eating is actually of much benefit or great benefit, because there is a saying that says it's better to prevent than to cure. By doing this or eating this way, like you are preventing, unlike waiting until you're on bed is when you are told by a doctor that go and eat the African leafy vegetables or the indigenous food. No, you'll be already at a bad state. But if you try it earlier, I know we cannot do it 100% try and like do 50-50. It will be of a great benefit. Comment in the section down below, the comment section down below, so that you get to say what are your views and perception. Was it really educative to you? If it was, then thank you. If it was to you, then kindly share it to others so that they can get to know how African leafy vegetables are of great benefit and the cooking procedure from the start to the end. If you feel like you want to learn more, maybe where you didn't understand, then comment in the section below, in the comment section below. Then I'll be able to reply where you didn't get it the right way. Ciao for now. Take care.